So I'm just gonna come out and say it here, Nokotan is kinda mid. Many anime have come and gone so far this year, and while I'm still reeling from some of last season's awesome shows, summer season appears to both be coming and going quite fast. And as much as I would love to add another dozen shows to my backlog, I'm really trying to catch up. So I figured I'd just watch shows that speak out to me, as well as a couple recommendations from friends. So naturally, when it comes to recommendations, my first anime this season was, of course, Shika Noko 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 Koshitan. And while at first this kind of thing seems like it would be right up my alley, I'm a big fan of School Rumble, Baby Please Kill Me, Nerima Daikon Brothers, and more. So with that level of stupidity in mind, this kind of anime feels like it would be right up my alley. After a few hours with the series, unfortunately, I've gotta say that beyond a really catchy and memeified opening theme, I just can't seem to get into it. It just feels really basic and just not catching to me, you know what I mean? It makes me beg the question of whether I'm the problem here or if it's just the show. Maybe I'm getting too old for this kind of show, but I highly doubt that. After 4 episodes with Nokotan and the gang, it almost feels like this show is trying a little too hard. Inserting memes and pop culture references into anime is nothing new, and in fact, I actually welcome it in a lot of respects. But if they're used in such a way that it falls flat or doesn't really fit the moment, it could have been a good use of an insert meme or reference there. I do like the references to older anime. That's something that's always been a part of shows I've watched, whether it was, the Haruhi Lucky Star thing, or got the Sergeant Frog inserts and all that there. That kind of stuff always really clicked to me. I think that might be what I like the most about the show, is the little in-jokes that you get that, maybe a lot of other people don't get. It's something I really enjoyed about Sergeant Frog, and I just think it's pretty cool. And the art, while colorful and kinda cute, isn't exactly something that I would be writing home about, unfortunately. Not exactly groundbreaking animation, but that's actually not the biggest selling point for me when it comes to anime. A lot of the times for me, it's the plot, which here is kind of nonsensical, and I know that that's the point. I've seen many shows like this, but there are shows that still, like Nichijou, for example, that still had an overarching, bits and pieces that just connected a lot more than Nokotan. Maybe I gotta just watch more, but honestly, after 4 episodes, that's the college try, man. I'm really, really giving it my all here, but there are so many better shows that I could be watching this season. I've been recommended a handful of them already, and I kinda wanna go get to some of those, And lastly, one of my other really big problems was character synergy. It almost seemed like these characters were too tropey. I love tropes, for example. People hate stupid tropes like tsundere stuff or Emoto stuff. I think it's fucking hilarious. I love the little things that make it seem like, yes, this is anime. This is exactly what I signed up for. It's not like anything else on TV. It's funny. That's cool to me. I don't know if it makes sense to you guys out there, but it does in my head. Character synergy is pretty important to me, and a lot of these characters are about as one-dimensional as the show itself, so I hate to say it, but I just don't know what to tell you. Maybe if I were younger and just growing up, this show would probably be more of a fit for me. But as someone who grew up with some of the greatest zany and over-the-top characters and moments, I feel that Nokotan just strikes out in that regard. It just doesn't do the job. It's like an imitation of anime that I've seen time and time again, and it's just a little too predictable. And maybe that's actually the issue here. I could simply be too jaded to enjoy this kind of show anymore, but that doesn't make sense when I can go back and watch a show like Hayate no Gotoku, for example, and it still holds my attention and gets my laughs, something that Nokotan is failing to do. I think going 4 episodes was pretty generous on my part. I'm usually really critical of anime, but I really tried to get this one, give it that chance, because so many of my friends said it was good. And I think that memes and references being good and the anime as a whole being good are 2 very different things. I think it's great for what it is, but it's an anime deep down, and it just doesn't tick those boxes for me, unfortunately. For all the fans of mediocre slapstick and deer puns, I hope you guys continue to enjoy it. Hopefully you guys get more content, another season, what have you. I'll be sticking to other shows this season, unfortunately, but me. For anyone who feels like I do, perhaps check out some anime that are similar in structure, but have a little more story and substance. Any of the shows I mentioned in this video are good, but I'll throw a couple more on screen just so that you guys have a reference point, and these shows may be a bit more enjoyable to the seasoned anime veteran. Thanks for watching, watch more anime, next upload is in progress, and I will see you guys soon.